Hey guys, it's Carly here bringing you your Tuesday review on body bags. I believe the week is 243, and today I'm going to be talking about Jennifer's Body. So the plot to Jennifer's Body revolves around these two girls. You have Jennifer, who's sort of the popular teenager type. She's a cheerleader and all the boys are very attracted to her, so she has a lot going for her. And then you have her best friend, who was a childhood best friend. That is why they're still friends to this day. But her friend is the total opposite, where she is just more nerdy and more reserved. She has a boyfriend, so she's not really concerned with all these boys liking her or anything like that. So she's more nerdy, while Jennifer's more of the cool type. But they've remained friends all this time because they were friends growing up. So revolves around them, and one day Jennifer gets kidnapped by this band, and they basically do this ritual, and Jennifer is technically killed, but she comes back as this demon form of herself, and she now needs human flesh in order to stay alive. If she goes too long without eating someone, she starts to look very, very sickly, and you could tell that she will eventually die off. And all the while, her friend Needy here is trying to figure out what the heck is going on with Jennifer, because Jennifer keeps coming to her with these issues, and she starts just acting very strange and overly confident in times, and then other times she just looks horrible. So her friend Needy is trying to get to the bottom of what is happening and try to help out the town as well, because a lot of people are turning up dead. So that is your story there. Right off the bat, I gotta say, this movie is very, very similar to Ginger Snaps. You got two girl characters. One's cooler than the other one. One becomes possessed by something and then starts acting in bizarre ways. They are very, very similar stories, which I do not mind at all, because I really enjoyed Ginger Snaps the one time that I did see it. But I caught on to that right away with this movie, that it had almost the same exact storyline, besides, what goes on with Jennifer is a little different than what goes on with Ginger in that movie. But like I said, that is not an issue with me at all. It was just like a funny comparison that I found with the movies. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed this movie overall. I was surprised that I liked it as much as I did, because even though I was told that I would like it, I kind of went into it thinking, I don't really know about this one. This definitely feels like a teen horror movie, but not in the cringy way that teen horror movies are today, that I cannot stand. If you've heard my opinions before, you know I hated like Happy Death Day. I did not care for Truth or Dare that just came out, and this movie is definitely not like those at all. This is actually rated R, to be fair. It's not PG-13, but still, it takes place in a high school, and it's got a lot of typical high school things going on with like relationships and the stereotypes and things like that. So this is a high school film done right. If you want to do a good horror movie with a high school vibe, I feel like you almost have to make it R, which is unfortunate because the PG-13 audience is more teens going to see it. But in this aspect, I felt it really worked, and I just really enjoyed the two character dynamics, because it kind of reminds me of me and my friends in school, how even though we had different friend groups, we still kind of stayed together because we all grew up together. So really reminds me of that, and this also has a lot to say just about high school in general, and how when you're in school you are insecure sometimes and you try to outdo other people. I feel like it definitely touches on that very well in this movie. It's very, very relatable, especially to someone like me who is only 3 years removed from high school. I could definitely relate to this movie more than some other ones, so I really appreciated that about it. As far as the horror aspects, I thought there were actually some pretty scary moments in this movie that got me, a few like jump scare type moments that really got to me. I thought Jennifer looked really creepy at times, and the gore and blood was just fantastic throughout it. There's probably a few CG moments, but other than that, I still thought it looked really fantastic. It definitely works well as a horror movie. definitely very effective. So I do give it that because, you know, I didn't know what to expect going into it. I didn't think it would be overly scary or anything. And this actually is a horror comedy, which is something else I didn't really think about going into it, but it does have some comedic moments in it that I do feel work well. It really blends it together well, where it's not overly comedic and ridiculous, but this, you know, at the same time, it does have some moments that make you smile. So I really enjoyed that about it. Overall, a great film. Trying to think if I have really any complaints on it. Another leg I will say, though, while I'm on it, is the soundtrack throughout it, because they have some, you know, pop punk songs from the 2000s, and you really get the vibe of the late 2000s, which is when this would have come out, and it kind of just threw me back to that time period, so I thought that was kind of cool. So, yeah, really don't have any complaints or anything about this movie, honestly. But I would definitely recommend this if you enjoy movies like Ginger Snaps and movies that kind of just focus on the female character, because, you know, I'm one of those people who really enjoys female characters and psychology and just weird things going on in movies. So this one really just went well with me. I give it an 8 out of 10. So thank you guys for joining me for this review. Like I said, highly recommend Jennifer's Body if you may have passed on it in the past. And yeah, 8 out of 10, like I said. Thank you guys for joining me for this Tuesday review, and I will see you next